Good morning. I'm here to give you an update on the FBI's investigation of Secretary Clinton. What I want to do is tell you what we're recommending. But first, let me tell you what we found. 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it make?
8 of those chains are top secret, 36 of those chains secret, and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
Everything I did was admitted. There was no law, no regulation.
Secretary Clinton should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation.
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email.
None of these emails should have been on any kind of classified system, not even Gmail.
Well, first of all, nothing was marked classified.
To the contrary,
Nothing was marked classified.
there is evidence of
Nothing was
tremendous
marked,
amount,
nothing was
tremendous
marked
amount.
classified.
Now let me tell you what we found.
Oh my God.
110 emails.
It was not the best choice.
52 email chains
It was a mistake.
have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it
8
make?
of those chains are top
It was the
secret.
best choice.
36 of those chains
I said
secret,
it was a mistake.
and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it
With
make?
respect to our recommendation, this is going to be an unusual statement in at least a couple of ways. Although there is evidence, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. I know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. What difference at this point does it make? 110 emails.
It wasn't the best choice.
52 email chains
I made a mistake.
have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it
8
make?
of those chains are top
It was not a
secret.
good choice.
36 of those chains
I said it was a mistake.
and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
Political correctness is a manifestation of lack of fucking self-esteem because you're all cunts. Because you cunts all want everybody to love you. I don't want anybody to love me. I don't want anybody to even fucking like me. Do you think Donald Trump gives a shit what you think of him? Do you think Steve Jobs, when he was alive, gave a shit? Do you think Mark Zuckerberg gives a shit? Political correctness is a manifestation of lack of fucking self-esteem because
Honey, someone's going to the house. Someone's going to the house. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
I'm gonna call the pops. I'm gonna call the pops.
We're recording you.
No. It's okay. I'm just your neighbor. Coming by to say howdy.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, we're not used to people stopping by to say howdy without assaulting us first, robbing us, or defecating on our lawn.
Sometimes all three.
The trifecta. We're from Los Angeles.
Just moved to Texas.
I figured.
Oh, the California plates?
Well, yeah, and the masks. Inside your own house. No one else around. 2022.
We just want to be extra safe.
We feel naked without masks.
We'll probably wear them for the rest of our lives.
We'll be buried in them.
Okay. Well, you seem like a lovely couple. Like I said, I just wanted to drop by and welcome you to the neighborhood.
Why? Do you want something?
Oh, no. They're, I think he's being friendly. People around here are friendly, like we've seen in the movies, right?
I thought that was just make-believe, like superheroes or families that go to church.
No, that's a myth. This is real life.
So, I live in that house over yonder. Name's Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. I'm Tiffany. She, her.
And I'm Steve, he, him.
What are your pronouns?
I don't believe in pronouns. I think they're reductive. In fact, just your asking about it is a microaggression.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. I'm just messing with you. I like all pronouns. My favorite is you.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Exactly. So, if you need anything, just holler. My wife and I'd be happy to help.
Baby, he has a gun.
I'm calling the cops.
I'm recording you.
No.
Recording
It's
you.
okay.
All right, has anyone noticed this trend among some of our government experts lately? It starts off with them telling you a thing. If you question the thing, you will be mocked, ridiculed, and potentially censored. It then turns out later that the thing that they told you wasn't quite as true as they promised you it would be. And when you point this out, they revert to telling you that, well, they never told you the thing that they told you. And then when you show them incontrovertible proof that they did in fact tell you the thing that they told you, they just suggest that you should be mocked, ridiculed, and potentially censored. I can't imagine why we don't trust these guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. I got internet. I can't believe I have internet.
You get it back on?
Finally.
They give you a reason why. Hell, I'd call them complaining about it, maybe get a whole month.
Right?
Hey, Shift. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Camo. Hey, Black Watch. Hey, Ben. Let's see. Hey, Echo. Hey, Stans. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Miss Heaven Sent. Jerry, I don't remember if I caught you if I didn't. Hey, Jerry. Let's see. Hey, Patrick. Hey, Joyful. And that's about it.
Hey, everybody. I see all the names. Or a few. I can't see all the names. Goodness, I've missed y'all. You doing okay?
I'm here. I think about it, it makes it weird, but it could be worse. Like they said though, and they told him in the emergency room, if it had been another 2 days, we'd have found him dead.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Echo. Miss y'all, love y'all. I just got tired of talking over and over, and I just pretty much didn't give a shit about anything.
Yeah, that puts you in a numb state. I can understand that.
Yeah, masks trigger me too when I see people wearing them. Robin.
Your mic is going out, Chuck.
Probably because I turned my head. Let me move it. That better?
So far.
Let's see what I want to get rid of.
Yeah, we all need a break once in a while. We just kind of took a vacation. I know a lot of people have been going nuts because they're all, nobody's alive. Are you going live? Can't. Sorry.
There y'all go. You see what that icon is?
Is that Yoda? Or
That's Snoop Dogg Yoda.
oh, Snoop Dogg Yoda.
Let me see if I can make it big. Let's see. Did I put it over here? No, I can real quick.
I think I saw it on your.
Yeah, I posted.
That you were going live.
Yeah.
Is there a meaning behind that?
No, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I do like this one. For those I love, I will do great and terrible things. That's a Viking proverb.
Yeah.
Let's see, somebody's dinging.
Excuse me.
Let's see. I don't know, Lisa. Let me look. I think a lot of people probably lost them again. Who knows what they're doing?
Carl, my grandfather was not named Clyde. Great, maybe, but I'm joking.
So what's going on with your mom and them? Is anything different since earlier? Or?
She has. Well, they don't know. I sat them down and had a talk, and I said, "Are you gonna do what you need to do, take your medicine and eat, or are you just checking out?" And I guess that kind of got to her last night when I said that, and so today she has been she got up and she ate breakfast, took her medicine, she ate lunch, took her medicine, and she's walking some without the walker. So I guess she decided she better pull herself together. She wants to be around him. Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
10 has a new channel. Did you see that?
Who?
10.
She started over.
She had got taken down, so she started a backup, I guess.
Yeah, they're hitting a lot of people.
Yes.
I removed every bit of content off my other. Here's something. Percent. All these people bitching about how much money they spend for their job. Let's see. I lived that. I didn't go to that extreme though, but let me move to the bottom. It's not right to have to spend my own money as a teacher. And then it shows mechanic against a toolbox. How's that again?
Right? That's a big old toolbox, though.
The size of the smaller one right there in the middle where that opening is.
Yeah.
I had one that's that size of the top and bottom, probably basically about the size of the part behind him that's top and bottom, but not way up high. At one time, I remember my account, I owed like $25,000 on my tool account.
Goodness.
When them trucks pull up, they got new colored handles on the screwdrivers. The mechanics are out there buying them. I did.
Oh, I know. That's my ex-husband worked at a garage after he got off at the park. Snap on would drive up, and there he'd go. I'm like,
hey, AJOT.
Don't get carried away.
Can't figure out who that is. I drove blank now. AJOT. Hey, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to hide everything.
At your parents' place?
Yes. Because he has got every kind of tool, saw, everything you could need to build a house. So, yes, I want to make sure that that stays here. Kiss off.
DJ, I know who you're from now. AAP. Hey, kiss off.
Oh, okay. And then the generator, brand new generator my mama bought that has never been touched. The mower, just things that I need.
You got a truck or a trailer? Or a way to pull the trailer? Or they got a trailer over there? Or
They've got a truck and a trailer.
I'd be loading up. You got a shed over there. Didn't you say that you not have nothing in it?
Here at my house?
Yeah.
No, mine's full. It
But you
shouldn't be.
can make room for a mower and a generator, though, huh?
Yes, I can make. I can get somebody to come and clear it out.
What kind of mower? Rider or zero turn? Or
It's a rider, but I don't think it's a zero turn.
just put it in reverse and back in, and it'll push stuff to make room.
Mm-hmm.
I do mine when I go in the garage. If stuff they move stuff around, if I'm out cutting grass and they go in there hunting stuff, I spin the mower around. It's a zero turn. I back in, and if they have something in the way, I ease up, touch it with the back bumper, and I push it back until I can park.
Yeah.
And when I was putting that dog fence up there, I used it. Drove one pole on the corner and run around it and hooked a chain to a pipe through the fence and pulled it with the zero turn until they got the fence tied off. Work harder or work smarter, not harder.
So why do you need a zero turn? What's the big draw on that?
Yeah, cuts faster, cut around. Bad thing about it is the normal tires on them, if you don't watch, they'll tear your yard up.
Mm.
And then you get people like me, I put four-wheeler tires on the back of it, so if I turn real fast, it'll dig down 4 or 5 inches. I can get out there and cut donuts in it, and I can tear the yard all to pieces. I did it for a reason, though. Figure that'd go good wherever I want to put a garden in. I can go out there and just go at it with it. Them tires,
Like a tiller?
yeah, to almost till it up, and then I take the tiller across it because I don't have a rear tine tiller. I got a front tine, and that sucker beats the shit out of you.
But see, that's
No.
one thing I don't think they have, because it's
Tiller.
rock. It's just solid rock.
Yeah, you need to look on these how to build you them raised beds. And I'm watching people build them thick, like they'll use them. You know how them cattle tanks and stuff look, them troughs and all that, they're made out of that galvanized steel. They got them where you put them together now, and they're oval shaped, but you can make a raised bed out of it. And they're putting like a couple inches, a bunch of scrap cardboard boxes all in the bottom. Then they put sticks and then limbs and then leaves and mulch and then the compost. And then you put your dirt, mixed compost dirt up till you get it high as you want it. And all that shit will rot and compost in it and keep the fertilized. Even the cardboard does like wood.
Yeah, that's the way I did my 5-gallon buckets. Just used, I don't know, they call it yard garbage, sticks and leaves, and had some baling wire out there. I was just sticking everything in the bottom of it to make like a...
Yeah, because the metal in there, the wire, it rusts. It'll put iron in it. So
Yeah.
you can put like pieces of copper wire. It'll deteriorate copper and put copper in it. I've seen where people get pieces like magnesium and stuff like that from old engine parts and whatever, bust it up, put a couple pieces down in there because it'll deteriorate and put magnesium in your soil.
Yeah, but those metal things you're talking about, they're high dollar. I've been looking at them because they're all over the place around here.
I saw where one guy did it. They were tearing a bunch of guardrail stuff down, and they had it in the scrap pile. And he stopped and picked it up, and he made him one out of it. He set them on top of each other and welded them together, and had them too high, and just made a square out of it.
Out of what was it?
That guardrail, where they were tearing guardrail down and replacing them all on the highway. And I guess the guy told he could have it, so he got it. He welded it together in the middle and made him fucking half-inch thick galvanized steel bed. I guess once you fill it up, that you wouldn't have to, you ain't gonna hit it and knock it around with the damn mower.
Yeah. I have a stack of sheet metal, roofing sheet metal.
Yeah.
From the covered porch that was here that was supposed to be my barbecue area, but no, they had to set the house on top of it.
On your patio.
Yeah. So like half the house is sitting on a cement slab.
Which is good, but if you had plans on it before, kind of popped that balloon, didn't it?
Yes. I was going to have lights around the top and everything. Because the house that was connected to it had burnt down. And so the roofing tin, I mean, it's got some black spots on it, but I don't care.
It ain't gonna hurt it. You can paint that.
Yep. What is it?
Take a wire brush and go over and then get you a couple of those green scrubbies for dishes. And once you do that, buff it out to where it's not all rusty, or you can buy that damn shit that brushes on it, kills rust and seals it. And you can paint right over it and it never rusts through it.
Yeah. Rust-Oleum or something.
That little back porch I built on here is 10 by 20. I built it out of true 2x6 oak. I bought 100 pieces of it. A guy come up from South Louisiana told me if I bought 100 pieces of it, he charged me $5 a piece to bring it. They were sawmill 2x6 oak boards. I built that whole porch out of it, besides 4x4s that I buried in the ground. And 5 feet in any direction that I had that porch, I had a 4x4.
It done rot?
Concreted in the ground, huh?
It done rot?
With a what?
It doesn't rot?
What, the oak?
The wood, yeah.
It shouldn't. Oak's badass. This shit's hard. It's so hard that I was breaking screws off going through it, or breaking off the screw gun bits trying to screw it in.
Yeah. That's all I've got around me is oak. I've got oak piles everywhere. Cut wood. Some of them are really big, and so that's what I thought when I moved out there. I was going to make me my little sanctuary and use those great big round ones for seats. Like if you ever watched any of Pappy's videos, he's got those stumps. I don't know what you call them.
I wanted to Vicky I don't know what you call it. That thing that they have, like you'll see it in these Lifetime movies where it's got steps coming up around in a couple different spots, gazebo or whatever.
Yes.
But I wanted to do a redneck version where it was on either concrete or put blocks down and have a fire pit in the middle, and have it either 6 or 8 sided, where you, in between each one you'd have an open spot, then you'd have a swing, and have a roof on it to come up to a point, except to have the middle of it be wide open. That way smoke could go out through the middle of it. And I ended up building a porch.
Well, I've got enough cinder blocks to build something sitting out there at my mama's. And
Get you a home, build you a storm shelter, or a, what do you call it? Where you,
root cellar type.
yeah, be a combo thing.
Yeah.
You have to get you a home built. I'd build it at least where at least half of it be underground, where it'd have get 6 foot floor
Yeah.
to the ceiling. That way, even tall people could hunker down, but y'all could go in and out of it and do what you need to do if you want to store stuff or put shelves in it. Or
Yeah. I've already got the shelves.
most storm shelters, I think some of them are like 5 foot. People got to crawl in them. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Carl, your internet's still acting up. Come on up. Anybody else want the links out there? I dropped the link. That's for anybody that wants to. I'm not picky. I'm not scared. I just make sure you show your camera so you ain't a weenie waggler. Yeah, Carl, that's kind of weird. A couple days ago, Vicky got a birthday card from her sister that never showed up. It's from a year ago, and it came in right before her birthday this year. Her sister and them came down to visit and said that she sent her a card, never showed up, but it showed up this year, so it was almost a year late, or was a year late.
Oh my goodness. You remember that show that was on where they would do everything to get lost mail to people?
Yeah, I think I remember. Kind of messed up. Vicky's the only thing she can figure is maybe somebody ended up in their mail and they finally seen it in there and then come stuck it in the mailbox or handed it to the post office or who knows.
And Carl, I'm sorry that's opening a wound. Seems kind of mean. Let's do this just before the holidays. Yeah, I had to talk to my ex the other day because I told him it was his turn with our youngest daughter, and he just laughed. And I said, well, I'm serious. But I said, don't forget her birthday's the 2nd. And he said, yeah, and ours is the 21st. And I was like, ours? And he said, our anniversary. And I'm like, what? We've been divorced for 5 years and
Hey, David.
sure didn't remember it while we were married, it seemed like. I don't know.
For you and Carl both, what should have, hell, I didn't even realize that we've been like apart that long. I didn't realize you were gone. That'd make them, because everybody wants that. People do that shit. They make themselves like they're so important.
No, it was our wedding anniversary. Was the 21st.
I know. I mean, when they bring it up here,
Oh, yeah.
trying to rub it in a year later or whatever, and be like, this is the first time I've thought of you. Sorry, I didn't realize you were gone.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all, so what happened? And I said, you tell me.
What is it?
He asked me, so what happened? And I said, you tell me.
Huh.
Oh.
should have said, well, that's kind of the question I asked myself the last couple of years we were together.
Mm-hmm.
I always got good, bad answers for everything, which most of the time I keep my mouth shut because it get me in more deeper shit.
Yeah, I didn't. Because he told me, go get some meat out of his freezer. I'm like, okay. What are you blocked from, Carl?
I thought I saw Craig too the other day that Robert, one of his channels, got shut down too.
Yeah, I think I saw that or heard that somewhere.
I think he was watching, I think.
I'm sorry about that. Everybody's been watching Christmas movies. I need to start doing that. I keep forgetting I have Hallmark.
Did you see the little Christmas thing I sent you? I sent it to a lot of people in your Facebook Messenger.
I had to have seen it.
Picture of a little girl.
Oh, yes.
Happy Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
I opened it right when my granddaughter was up here with me.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
Did she repeat it?
No, she didn't repeat that. Thank goodness.
I'm the one that opened my grandson's shell because he wouldn't talk to anybody. I'm like, go tell your daddy he's an asshole. And he looked at me and smiled. And he was, Daddy, you asshole. He just looked at me and then looked at him, and tears come in his eyes because his son said something to him. And I would cuss words or stupid stuff that he thought was funny that I would do, he would repeat. And it got to the point where he repeated a lot, and then we had to work on changing what the verbiage we were using.
Hey, Hawk. We see you.
Because he was at one of his special ed speech class things, and he didn't like the way the teacher was telling him to do something. And I was talking to a friend of mine, joking. I said, yeah, you come over here and touch me. Like, because what he was doing is talking about grabbing people on the inside of their thigh and give them a Charlie horse. He said, I'll get Chuck to move by doing that. I said, you grab me like, and I'll put my foot in your ass. He told his teacher that. He's like, no, I don't want to. I'll put my foot in your ass. He got in trouble, so I had to change my verbiage around him. He parroted pop pop.
Yep.
Which brought him out of his shell, which I was glad, but they were all mad until they thought about it.
Yeah, she started parroting everything that's said. And yesterday when we were driving home, I can't remember what in the world Laura said. And we heard it from the back seat. And I looked at her and she said, thank goodness I didn't say the other word.
Hey, Hawk. Link's out there if anybody wants it.
Who's the elf on the shelf? I think they're picking on poor David.
What's up, Eric?
Hey, hey.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, Miss Bonnie. Chuck.
Eric.
What you been doing?
Oh, God.
What's up, Eric?
I'm wiped out. I'm wiped out, my brother. I'm wiped out.
Yeah. I think your YouTube's running in back, I think.
Let's see. Let's see. How's that? Is that better?
Let's see, yeah. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
there we go. Sorry about
Hey,
that.
P.
Oh.
Eric, I haven't seen you on panel in quite a while. How are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
doing?
It's been a while. I'm okay.
I see him every now and then at tens, but I don't go to tens too often because I'm usually tied somewhere else or not even on. But
I've been running at 110%, so I'm whooped.
yeah, my
Yeah.
boy in the
End of the day.
hospital. My oldest boy been in the hospital since Saturday, so I know where you're at with
Yeah,
that.
I came up to ask you, how's he doing?
If we'd have waited 2 more days, we'd have found him in his room,
Oh Lord.
and his blood pressure was 260 over 139 when he went in.
God.
Sugar was low. His sugar is fine. It was like 100, and he's diabetic, but he'd been taking that Centrochrome stuff, and it went down. But his blood pressure had been so high, and he come to figure out his blood pressure affecting his kidneys, and his kidneys was affecting his eyesight, and that's why his eyes were acting up.
Oh God.
And now he's they're trying to see what kind of kidney function he get. They did a biopsy on it today, and they've been doing
Dialysis.
dialysis. Yeah, I guess I fucking hate that word so much I can't remember it.
Right.
I understand.
His numbers all down finally. His potassium was way high. They got it down, but his kidney stuff was done. It was high, but it's a false reading because they're doing dialysis to bring it down. Once you got a lot of fluid down off of them, they're just hoping that they can get it going. Because
Right.
personally, to me, once you're on dialysis, that's not a good outlook.
Well, it
Yeah.
sounds like heading in the
Sorry.
right direction. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carl, that's Snoop Dogg Yoda here. I'll show you a picture.
I didn't know if you saw it.
I saw a Black Watchers comment.
Stump Yoda.
Where's Victor? We need Victor.
I don't know if he's here yet or not.
So, is there any idea when he's going to get out, Chuck?
They had him on a temporary thing for dialysis in his neck, and they put another one that it's a better temp in case if they for letting him out, trying to till they see what they can do.
Right.
He's talking with them today about where he can get dialysis and once out because it's an hour ride, me back and forth there where he's at now. And they're talking about, oh, there's places closer to you in Texarkana. I said, like, Texarkana ain't closer to me.
Right.
Shreveport is, Marshall is. Well, they got stuff in Shreveport, so I said, we'd stick with that then. I said, Texarkana, I might as well stay going to Longview.
And this has never happened before?
No.
There's Victor.
Hey, Victor. Now, him not taking care of himself, I think the main part of it.
Oh. Hello, Victor. Please take care of Black Watch for me. It's hard for me to watch Pat and talk to Chuck and Bonnie.
Let's see.
Well, I heard about him. I said many prayers. Deanna told me about your son. So, he'll be okay. It's good that they you know,
Yeah,
they
I've had
found what they needed to find, and they'll fix it. So,
yeah, I leaned in. One of the guy doctors was in there, and when he first went in this other hospital, I leaned in and looked at him almost eye to eye. He backed up like he didn't know what I was doing, and I'm like, I expect you to take care of my son.
absolutely.
My wife said, that was kind of threatening. I said, wasn't no threat involved in it, but
Sort of. But it's a good message.
That's exactly what it's called, a message. No, you know what I call it? It's a nudge. It's a nudge. He'll be okay. He's got a lot of
he's
prayers done
30,
anyway.
32. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I went with this. That's why I like this so much. I seen it earlier and loved it. For those I love, I'll do great and terrible things.
Yeah. When my son had the kidney cancer, it was pretty.
It's grim shit.
I know it.
Yeah.
Our kids are not supposed to go through stuff like that till we're gone.
My grandmother had to bury 2 of her sons. She had heart attacks and shit. Had one after the first, and the second one she had a couple more, and they were all mild, but nobody was there when she had her last one. And I guess one of my cousins found her in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
She got up doing her normal routines, making biscuits, and I guess she dropped at the counter making them to dough and shit, probably overdoing it, trying to knead the dough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've lost 2 uncles and 2 aunts to that horrible C word crap.
75 years old, and I've seen that old woman go out there and grab firewood that was 2.5 feet long and probably 6 to 8 inches size, triangle shape. Grab one in each hand, holding the door open with her foot, walk in the house, set one down, open the wood burning stove up, one-handed turn that big ass heavy log, toss it in the firebox, reach over, pick the other one up, turn it sideways, toss it in the firebox. I bet if that old woman grabbed a hold of it, she'd probably pick you up over her head.
That's the way my grandmother was. She was like a workhorse. When she was 75, we got her to quit going up on top of her roof to saw down tree limbs and
Didn't know the meaning can't. She probably would get on a rope. She wouldn't know nothing about that. But
yeah, they didn't back then.
No, those back then, those people were badasses. They were tough.
Yeah, she decided she wanted a rock porch, and she just started chopping the rock and built it. Then she said, "Oh, I need a shed too for my canning stuff," and built her a rock shed. And that rock's not easy to lift around either. Yeah.
They're hard ass. My grandfather, he was only like 5'2", 5'3", skinny. And his father was 7'2", my great grandfather.
Goodness.
His mama was a small Cherokee or Blackfoot one, or both, whichever it was. I can't never get a correct answer on it. But he had whiskers. He never grew them out, but he'd always have a 2 or 3 day. He like when he'd hug him, he liked rubbing that. I remember him rubbing them damn stubble across your cheek. Hey, Auntie. It's weird the things you remember when you're older that didn't mean nothing to you when you were young.
Right. Very true. Very true.
I'm guessing a lot of people lost wrenches.
Hey, Victor, I see you. Shifty, of course, Blackwatch, I've seen you too. Ammo,
Probably Cam ain't up here. He must be having issues with his phone still.
I see him in chat.
Dorinda.
I haven't seen Dorinda lately. There she is. Echo. Blackwatch, be nice now. I'll stick Miss Bonnie on you.
Did you see Annie at Jack's 1044 marker?
I don't get those markers on my laptop. Timestamps. 1144 or 1044? Okay, 1140. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it was being developed. Can be weaponized. Yeah, I heard about that. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
I know it.
I'm just glad that horrible woman from the house has been fired. Oh, God.
Yes.
I don't care if it's by one vote, one
Yeah.
congressman. It don't matter. Get rid of her.
So, wouldn't it be something if, yes, I'm going way out there and wishy-washing, but if T got speaker, then he could impeach, then he would be president.
Third in line, right? Because Camel Toe is an anchor baby and she's not eligible. Exactly.
Yep. Well, I would impeach both of them if I was going to waste the time.
Oh, right.
All that stuff that's going around, they got a good stuff that they sell at Lowe's and Home Depot that they can impeach them with.
Yeah.
Cowboys love it.
Well, her for the I
You
think
can get that now at those places.
what I miss.
Chuck said Home Depot and Lowe's.
Yeah, Cowboys use it. Stuff they'd use to impeach them with.
Yep. Our feet still
watching-
happen.
Watching a, we sent it to you, Bonnie. It's all the salutes and the wreath for the inauguration and stuff of the president.
Mm-hmm.
Biden said it's all backwards. I could probably get away with playing that on here.
Fired. Now, the military code says they want a odd number firing.
Let me see if I can put it up. Make it big. See if I can find it. Everybody see it?
Let me adjust my monitor.
Yeah, I see it.
was looking at Biden's inauguration again, and I noticed none of the military had any ranks or honors on their jackets. So I decided to go back and look at other past inaugurations, and I noticed
Echo?
Bush, they had their
Oh, it went
ranks
away.
on
Shit.
their jackets. I looked at Obama. This isn't actually the inauguration, but it is a laying of the wreath. For some reason, the video wouldn't edit that I found for Obama's inauguration. But you can see here, they all have their military rank on their jackets. And the next one you'll see with Trump. Trump has his. And I want you to notice, too, that all three of them were able to touch the wreath and kind of push it back on the stand. But I want you to notice Biden's on what happens with his here. Because this is different. Because remember, there's no military rank on any of the jackets anywhere. You can't find them. And you're going to see he doesn't walk down the steps. He walks out from the left if you're facing the tomb, which is weird.
Yeah.
So there's no military ranking on any military officer there. They don't get to touch the wreath for some reason. They have to walk up to it and do this awkward, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" kind of thing. And then they stand there, look at it, and then they turn around and walk back. So why? I also
They're civilians. That's why.
21 gun salute with two guns actually at the cemetery when he arrived to the tomb of the unknown soldier. And then you got these three knuckleheads that showed up for some reason, which is weird too. And they showed up way before the family did, because you can see the family walking in. But I figured out why they did the minute and 22 seconds of silence or awkwardness from my last video. It was because they were supposed to do the 21 gun salute after the president got sworn in. This is Trump's 21 gun salute directly after he got sworn in into office as president. Now you can go back and you can find videos where you can hear Obama's going off, you can hear Bush's going off, but Biden didn't do it for some reason. And the military didn't have their honors on or their ranks. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Now, I want to read this about the 21 gun salute. It says, in accordance with the ceremonial standard operating procedure of the 3rd U.S. Infantry, i.e. the Old Guard, the various gun salutes are assigned as follows. Each round in a given salute is fired one at a time. The cannon used in a battery depends upon the intervals between each round fired. I want you to notice that Trump had 4 cannons fired. Now, the military code says they want an odd number firing, so this is all that awkward with 4 of them firing. But I want you to look back at Biden's inauguration when they're laying the wreath and he's pulling up, that there's 3 cannons there. 2 are actually firing every 6 seconds, which will bring it to 2 minutes and 6 seconds by the time it's all done. Now, this is interesting here. A 3-gun battery firing 2 of its guns with 5-second intervals between rounds, and 1 gun remaining at the ready in case of a misfire. Such a battery would be used at an armed forces full honors funeral or for a state arrival ceremony of a foreign dignitary at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery. So they were firing 2 guns that is right on with this for a arrival of a foreign dignitary. What's up with that? I think you can figure that out now, can't you? I was looking at Biden's inauguration again. I noticed none of the military had any ranks or honors on their jackets. So I decided to go back and look at other past inaugurations. And I noticed Bush.
Yeah, I was watching that because I was talking to my brother last night, and he said something about Biden's speech with the Marines behind him. And I said, how many? And he said, 2, like always. And I said, I remember a lot more than that. T. And so I had to go back and look. And at the inauguration, they may be not all Marines. They may be different military branches, but there was 6. Hello, Dorinda.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good. And I missed the beginning of the show, so I apologize right off the bat. So I'm going to ask a question. Chuck, how is Wyatt?
His numbers are down. It just they got him on dialysis, and they're trying to get a biopsy today to see the condition of his kidneys. So don't know any more than that. Everything's down, but got told that when Vicky took him to the emergency room that day that if he'd have waited a couple more days, that we'd have found him.
Oh my goodness. Well, please know
High blood pressure.
Please know that you and your family and your son are in my prayers. Okay. And Bonnie, how is your mom?
Today she finally did what she was supposed to do, so hopefully she'll be getting better. But she was not.
That's good to hear. And as usual, Bonnie, you and your mom are in my prayers.
Thank you.
Wait a second, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt your show or anything, Chuck. I'm sorry. And Eric, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm exhausted, but I'm pretty good.
Awesome.
You know me, I'm a lurker.
Yeah, well,
I love you all, but sometimes I don't come up on panel. I just drop banners and then.
I just kind of saw that you guys were on, so I came over and I came up to ask how Chuck's son was doing.
Yeah.
Because that was important to me. I don't know if he said it earlier or whatever, so.
He did. That it's
sounds like they're on top of it, so that's good.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I'm so glad to hear he's getting better. Prayers do work. Fake Marines. I think so too.
Yeah, there's Bonnie, there's so much BS going on.
No.
Brother.
Yeah, I've noticed in a couple of things. I think when he finally didn't it take him forever to do the State of the Union? Or
did he ever do one?
Well, it was supposed to have been one, but I noticed that there were no salutes when he went by the who standing in the hall. It was the hallway with the flags going down it. I can't remember what it was. And just too many things are not right. The other night, I clicked on the White House and it was completely black.
Mm-hmm.
Do they do that even when they're out of town?
It should be a staff there and guarded all the time. But yeah, Dorinda, you weren't bothering anything. You didn't interrupt.
Okay. I just wanted to, I didn't want to bust in and take away the show, whatever. I was worried about your son, so I'm like, I gotta ask the question.
Yeah, if you were there a bit, it's because every time I click back to this, it would turn black on the screen, so I went and stayed with it on the. I had
No,
to stay.
there was a video playing. I wasn't worried about that. No, not a problem.
Yeah, I had to go get me a drink of water. I'm drinking more water, less tea, and when I drink tea, I'm drinking with a lot less sugar in it. So I'm starting to watch. I've been eating fruit more and trying to get used to what I'm going to be doing, trying to make him eat right.
Yep.
Are you leaving Blackwatch? Sorry to hear that. No, I just wanted to check in with you and Bonnie, so I'm like bouncing. Sorry. Did you guys hear the news drop from Jeff B yesterday?
I saw somebody say something about it.
About the Supreme Court hearing or whatever. Seemingly the decision or opinion of the Supreme Court was that the executive branch of the government is dissolved and or gone or should be gone. So who knows?
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw that, but it was long before the person you mentioned dropped it, so I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to make of what I'm picking up.
We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. That's all we can do.
A lot of folks get things off the Telegram and act like they're, on the inside, and they're not. So
388 individuals.
Makes me think of that song "Tied to the Whipping Post." Some of them need it.
Who sang that, Chuck? What was that? Was that Bad Company?
Doobie Brothers or Allman Brothers?
To the Whipping Post. Who the hell sang that?
Doobies or the Allman Brothers?
I think.
Watch Camo. He'll say who it is in a second.
Yeah. Where is he?
He's like Wolfman Jack when it comes to all them songs.
Right. Come on, Carl.
Yep.
Blackwatch just gone. Victor said goodnight, Grandpa.
Well, I thought he was leaving, so, but I guess not. So, okay. Hello, Blackwatch. Hello, everyone.
I guess I got Google here that I could type what is something.
You type something, you never know what you're going to get, though. Just saying.
Hey, Chuck, when you get a chance, and seriously, when you get a chance, email me that Christopher Walken thing, because I lost it with my phone. And I don't have it.
Right. I was right with the first one, the Allman Brothers. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
70. Let's see. No, released November 4th, 69.
Nice.
And it went live. First live was in 71.
And what was the name of it?
Whipping Post by the Allman Brothers.
Oh.
You remember it?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm not sure that I remember the song.
Hold on, I'll play a piece of it.
That was the first album I had.
It's a live version. Remember it?
Yep.
I do.
Yep. I like Greg Allman. A lot of stuff I listed the greatest hits of Allman Brothers, greatest hits of Doobie Brothers. I used to tapes, and I got the CDs around here somewhere. I never put them in this truck, and I've had it 4 years, so I don't know where they went. What's up, Shane?
Hey, don't feel so bad. I got a letter the other day wanting me to join AARP. I tore that shit up and threw it out the frickin' door, man.
They start sending those out when you're like 50.
Well, I'm way past there.
We went to IHOP earlier today, and Vicky got excited because she's old enough to order out of the 55 senior menu.
Oh, there you go.
She goes, "What are you going to order from?" I said, "Not that."
How do I put this delicately? I'm tired of getting old.
Yeah, it
How's that
sucks.
sound?
Wouldn't
I
be so.
agree.
Why couldn't life be the pain in the ass part when we were young, and when you get older, you're pain free, and
Right.
maybe that's why they make dementia, so we can go out and think we're kids.
Or gunpowder.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Carl says there are no bad Allman Brothers songs. Very
No.
true, sir. Very true.
I know that the other day I started singing and I was like, who sang that? And I looked, it was the Allman Brothers.
Yeah, I think wasn't Craig Allman married to Cher for a while, wasn't he?
Well, there's pictures of her with him.
Yeah. Black Watch, Adele's When We Were Young. Listened to it many times. Awesome song, awesome lyrics. Goes right to the heart.
Yeah, I'll see if I get the email. I'll resend it again. It should be in there where I sent it, and I'll just resend it. I know you miss it.
Oh, you talking about Mr. Walken?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know my phone.
Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em.
There's another song kind of like that.
Oh boy. I could be in a pissy ass mood and that still makes me happy. But my phone kept telling me that my storage was bad or filling up. So I'm dumping, and I ended up dumping all my stuff. So
How does that go?
Good night, David Ann. It's good to see you.
Night, David Ann.
good night.
Probably the only thing I'm figuring, probably because she was blocked there too. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Let him talk, Shift. Let's not be like they are over there.
Touche, Chuck. Good for you being a better man.
Off, they treated her like shit, or some did. I don't know if Shane had anything to do with it. I try to be decent about it. A lot of people think I'm a prick cocksucker, which I
No,
sort of
you're
am.
not.
Give me the reason to be.
No, you're not.
Just a lot of people don't like how blunt I am, I think.
Well, I can't find it. There's a guy band that does a song. I thought it was called We Were Young. But I can't find it.
What's the what it guy band? As soon as you said I think of NSYNC and
Yeah. Right.
Backstreet Boys. And,
No, they kind of sound Irish or something. They're like, oh,
yep, Jerry. I don't eat shit. Don't take shit. I straight up. I don't bullshit nobody. I don't lie to them.
Nope.
My wife asked me why I'm so blunt about stuff. Why don't I beat around the bush? I said, well, I don't like lying, and personally, I really don't give a shit about if something hurts somebody's feelings. It's like, well, maybe it's something they need to work at. But
more cowbell.
yeah, that was I can't remember them two. That's that big dorky guy, and they were trying to sing a song once, say Saturday Night Live or something, and it was more cowbell. He kept saying, and most of the song was cowbell. Yeah, Shift, I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm just trying to show them that I'm not petty. Even though I lost my other channel probably pretty much until it can come back, has no content anymore. So by the time I probably able to run it, it'll probably be nothing there. I got warned by somebody that when you got 2 strikes and your freebie strike on there, that they can pretty much take your account away just for a little copyright of a song.
Yeah, the one that I disputed. I said one panel guest asked another panel guest a question, and so 16 seconds of this song was played to answer the question. And so it's MG something, it's some big music corporation. And they have 30 days to review it, and then if they choose to, they can take my channel down. And I was like, whoa, okay. So I need to work on a second one, just in case.
All right, guys, come on, calm down. Let's not start the infighting stuff.
Victor, I haven't heard of Plan XYZ 10. Oh, okay. 10.4. Okay. Yeah, implement now. We'll get Blackwatch up on that ceiling fan sooner or later. Good night, Shifty. Love you.
Good night, Shift.
Night shift kicker.
I'm not getting in the middle of that crap.
Oh my goodness. Is
Yeah,
that too long?
act all stupid and get keyboard muscles and have a sign. They say it's a sign of weakness, letting people get away. Nah, it's sort of, but it's not really a weakness when I really don't give a fuck what they said. I basically got showed true colors by some of them, that a certain one that I gave a second chance to it. Then act like I'm some piece of shit. I don't even want to talk about that. It's petty and stupid.
We can go
Right,
through.
Lisa.
We are one. Maybe that's what it's called. We are one.
Good night, Lisa. Hello, Deanna.
Hello, D.
Never D. Jump up here.
Kumbaya.
Hello, Carol Z.
Mama T.
Hello, Mama T.
There you go, Victor. I was about to say that about his tail. Mama T.
Hello, Finding Kino.
Hey, Kino.
No, that's
Hello.
not it.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
You know, Bonnie, most of the Victor, Blackwatch, and myself
What is that song?
interactions all happen on your screen.
Yeah, I know. I just let y'all play with each other, whatever. Did you
Sometimes,
hear this?
sometimes it really gets into a buzzsaw, but that's good.
Did you hear the tune to tell me what the name of the song is?
I didn't hear the tune.
Kiss off, getting a beer, and don't even drink.
Let me kiss off.
Deanna, who started that? Coca-Cola started that.
It goes. I can't remember the words. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Victor, of course we love Blackwatch. We just love busting his balls, that's all.
Okay, I can't even hum it.
Love you, kiss off.
Yeah, my nickname for her is Kick Ass.
Yep. That was
Kiss
so
off.
funny that night you did that, Bonnie.
I just don't know where that came from. It just.
Keeping kids
Yeah,
off.
well, and you remember, I took all the credit. I took all the credit.
Oh, that's right. For
I
corrupting me.
disrupted you.
Yourself doesn't look like Watch. Oh God.
I don't think Kiss Off's leaving. I think somebody thought she was. I'm not sure.
Love you, Deanna.
Yep. Love all. We can go brighter in the sun. That's what it's got, those words in it. I'm gonna find it. Damn it.
Hello, Zoom.
It won't leave my head.
Looking to see. I hadn't checked. Yeah. Not going to say out loud what I was checking.
I went in the beanbag fight. It keeps showing that. Okay, maybe it's that.
Oh, maybe they're figuring Kiss Off you don't drink, so you got one beer, you're going to be on the floor in a minute.
That's it.
Waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. I know I gave
Except that's an official, so I have to find it.
Be careful, Blackwatch. If she smacks, if Kiss Off smacks you with that beer, you ain't gonna like it.
She gonna bitch slap him.
With the beer, boom!
Oh boy.
I heard of. Oh, that's never mind.
Here, YouTube or Facebook.
Something. Okay, let's see if these guys do any good.
we are young. So let's set the world on fire, 'cause we can burn brighter than the sun. Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she is waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget. But
Have y'all heard
between the tricks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. We are young. So let's set the world on fire, 'cause we can burn brighter than the sun. Now I know that I'm not all that you got. I guess that I just thought maybe we could find a ways to fall apart. But our friends are back, so let's raise a toast 'Cause I found someone to carry me home tonight. So let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter for this soul.
Y'all don't like it? Okay.
I got my tree decorated today.
Cool. Everybody's all decorated. I'm even trying to figure out if I'm gonna have a tree.
I am so.
I still got pumpkins.
I'm so upset. I have no tinsel on my tree this year.
Oh my!
My daughter decorated the Christmas tree, and when I put the tinsel on, she goes, "Mom, that's not looking good," and she took it all off.
Isn't that uncomfortable if you put your diddles on the tree?
My tinsel's been on my tree since I was born. Okay, I have never had a freaking Christmas tree that did not have a shit ton of tinsel on it.
I remember everybody like, you got to put it on one piece at a time, and I'm like, no, you stream it like a lake and let it drag one piece at a time. All the way I used to do it.
My husband grabs a little handful and throws it on the tree.
No,
Okay, I
we
don't do
had
that.
to.
I throw the fucking shit everywhere.
My mother would have died. We had to one at a time, and it had to be strategically placed. You couldn't just put it anywhere.
No, mine was.
When I could crawl around and waller around. Sorry about that. When I could crawl around and waller around, I used to start at the bottom and I'd drag it where it'd drag off like one at a time, and it's almost like a steady chain, and I'd work my way around the whole thing. And by the time it got done, it looked like it was flowing from the top all the way down over itself.
I had so much tinsel on my tree most years that you can't even. The lights are the only thing that flicker through the damn tree. You can't see any of the damn ornaments.
That's kind of how this was. And if you stick your hand in there, it's hotter than hell from the lights because it's keeping all the heat in it.
Yeah, I'm like totally disappointed. I think I'm gonna have to make a Grinch tree to hang beside my star here, my snowflake. Sorry, and just have my Grinch tree with the tinsel on it because I can't go without tinsel.
Well, we were poor when I was growing up. We had to wait for Grandpa to sneeze to get any tinsel on our tree. So.
Well, that's later on is when we had the tinsel, and then sometimes not.
Or then you'd find your dog, your family dog, walking around with tinsel hanging out a certain spot.
Yeah.
I don't think actually, I have never put it on my tree because I've had to have a fake tree since I was 20 because I'm allergic to cedar. And that's all we get for Christmas trees here. You go cut it down and there's your tree. But
I've never had a cedar Christmas tree.
I'm sure
that would be different. But I've since I was born, we've had tinsel on the damn tree. This is the first year in 59 freaking years I have not had tinsel on my tree. I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm sorry. I'm freaking the fuck out.
Dorinda, it will be okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Trees. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna make a tree for beside the snowflake here, and it's gonna be a Grinch tree because it's gonna be all twisted and whatever. Who the hell knows? But yeah, that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do.
Well, for one thing, I had to put my tomato plant and pepper plants where the tree would go, and my mountain laurel tree.
They're nice. Mountain laurel's nice.
Yes, and I thought it was gone. Well, 2 of them were gone, and I thought the third one was, but it spruced back up, and I'm like, oh. I just don't know where to plant it.
That's awesome, Bonnie. I'm so happy.
It's the one that has the big purple blooms that smell like bubble gum when it grows up.
Oh, wow. I have a big purple plant in my backyard that doesn't get the flower till the fall, but it's a tree that the bees, or plant, sorry, that the bees actually love.
Mm-hmm.
And the bees just go nuts on this tree.
And you don't know what kind it is?
I have no freaking idea. My neighbor gave it to me, and he probably told me what it was, but I have no idea. But when I move, I'm taking that fucking plant with me.
Well, and I'm supposed to go dig up my wisteria, but I planted my wisteria so that it would grow up in an oak tree, a big oak tree that we had in the backyard. So there's really no way to get it. So I told my ex-husband, whatever, I'm sure he's going to chop it down and kill it. There was no way to move my crepe myrtle because it was too big. And my rose bush, I said, just whatever. It's just plants. And then I haven't really planted anything here except for my Pride of Barbados. And because
What?
Pride of Barbados.
Pride of Barbados. Okay. Never heard of that one, but okay.
They're pretty hardy with the drought, and so I tried to get drought tolerant plants. At first I wanted palm trees and all that, but they didn't do so good when it freezes. But since I have a for sale sign in the front of my house, I don't know where I'm going to be. I just haven't planted anything in the ground. I had a hibiscus planted, and it was doing really good until my neighbor mowed for me, and he just plowed it on down.
You gotta love those neighbors, right?
Yes. And I couldn't say anything to him because he was being nice. I didn't ask him to or anything.
I planted trees in the backyard, and I put pop bottles around them so that my kids would not cut them down with the lawnmower, right? Yeah. They didn't see the pop cans or the pop bottles. They didn't see nothing. They cut shit down. It was like, are you kidding me?
I don't know. It just.
Well, you all talking about holiday decorations. I hope you all got your turkey. Because the longer you wait, the harder it's going to get.
Well, we already had our Thanksgiving, so I'm good.
Oh, okay.
And
right.
I'll be buying a turkey for Christmas. It'll come out like the end of November, beginning of December.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, the other day, I was in Winn-Dixie, and it was $1 off a pound So it was 69 or 89 cents a pound. But you had to buy at least I believe it was a 16-pound bird.
Yeah.
To get the discount. And that was a butterball. So I got 2. One for my sister and one for my mother. You know, just to get it, because people were snatching that up with that kind of sale.
I think my daughter's going to get one from her work. Around here, they give turkeys at Thanksgiving and hams at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The businesses. $24-pounder for $24.
What is it?
Turkeys.
$1 a pound.
Yeah, Walmart had a special on their honeysuckle were 99. The butterballs were $1.19 a pound, and Super One had it. If you spent $25, you got them the Jenny O's for like 49 cents a pound.
Wow.
None of the normal cheap stuff anymore. I'm thinking about getting. I want to find like a 10-pounder, and I'm gonna try cooking it on my Orion smoker out there. Vicky's like, "What do we need 3 fucking turkeys for?"
Right.
I said,
I got 2 the other day, Chuck. They were butterball on sale, 99 cents a pound.
"That's not bad." I got the honeysuckle, which I prefer a butterball, but they used to be basically the same, I think. But
right.
Turkey freezes well, and
But
you can make so many things out of it. The pot
Right.
pies and just the turkey sandwiches and
yeah, my mom, the first thing she'd usually make, I remember growing up, she'd do turkey tetrazzini, and then after that, it was sandwiches and garbage.
Oh, that sounds just like my grandmother. God. But regardless of it, whether it's brand name or store brand, if it's cooked right, you can't tell the difference.
I never did figure out what the crumble stuff they put on top of it. And I've told a bunch of people, that's just mashed up potato chips, not one potato chip. The little that little powder decorations kind of stuff they put on top of tetrazzini. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
A lot of them like, well, that's powdered potato chips. No, it's not potato chips. It's not Ritz crackers. So I'm not sure what. It's some kind of magic the old folks used to put on it.
kiss off. Shit just cracks me up.
What am I missing? I'm not looking at my phone.
She bought a turkey because she couldn't fit the turkey she's married to in the refrigerator.
I watched the video of the Bonnie that you were talking about smoking the turkey a while back.
Yes.
That Orion cooker, I found some people that made one. A 15-pound turkey they cook on that Orion smoker in an hour and 45 minutes.
Dang.
And it was moist, done, and smoke, had a nice smoke ring, but it's that indirect heat. It's like a Cajun microwave. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Eric, where all the heat's on the outside and they stainless steel that's on the inside of it.
Right.
Yes.
And you put your smoke chips on the inside where it just drizzles the smoke. It doesn't just put a whole bunch. You got a drip tray with it steams, so it steams smokes on the inside, and the outside is kind of like, I guess the best way to put it, like the Hawaiians do when they start a fire, put their pig on it, then cover it in leaves and fire and bury it.
Yep, in a pit. I think you and I discussed that about cooking steaks that are extra thick.
Yeah.
With that.
We did them ribs I told you about too. Them ribs took like an hour and a half.
Didn't you do that last year with a turkey?
Last year I smoked one. I did one, and then I got one of them oilless fryers. It's a Radiant fryer.
Mm-hmm.
I ejected two of them, then stuffed the third one, and it was a 24 pounder I stuffed because Vicky was gonna do it, but I felt bad for her, didn't want to wake her up, so I went ahead and stuffed it, and buttered it, and put it in the oven. So I ended up having 3 of them last year.
Seems like I remember you doing that outside
Yeah,
your
I think
camera.
I brought the cam out, which I think I was on your show doing it, wasn't I?
Maybe because I think I know I took y'all into the dining room with the grandkids and the kids and had everybody say hi, showed all the food.
What people look like they ain't wearing masks.
Yeah, no one had any of that.
I'm stepping down. You guys have a great night. I love you all.
Love you.
And Chuck, I'm so glad to hear your son's doing better.
Yeah, not out of the woods, but I just hope something's got to turn.
I'll keep praying. Have a good night.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Did you get it from Santa or Satan? I'm just messing. I remember in the 70s, my mom's best friend she grew up with, her parents, they're basically like another set of grandparents to me. And they got me a couple gag gifts at Christmas and handed them to me in a stocking. One of them, it was chocolate, but they were covered in this weird foil. It almost looked like charcoal, the stuff that was on it, but it was expensive chocolate. So that's one thing. And then some other weird thing they got me, and I got pissy and showed my ass. Dad already knew what it was, and then like my dad beat my ass for it. Told him, "Don't give me no gifts. Don't ever give me no gifts no more."
Oh,
all because I was being stupid. Because then people had money, and I kind of commented to something like that was a petty ass gift when I know you guys got money, and I was like, "Ooh, that was Dad just snatched me up and took me outside."
yeah. I've heard more families. This one that lived next door to me, one of the daughter-in-laws made homemade gifts for everybody. And so then when they went to the mother-in-law's house for Christmas, she was throwing a fit because of the homemade gifts, that not enough money was put into it. And I was like, wow. It's just crazy how people get over.
I shouldn't have been there. I didn't mean it the money aspect of it. I got pissed off because I got a gag pulled on me, and I was probably 7 or 8 years old, which I shouldn't have acted that way in the first place. But that shows you I've always been a little asshole. Now I'm a big asshole. And I even let the truth out, even though it got my ass beat.
Right. We need to figure out how to cheer Jerry Lee up.
What's the matter, Jerry? Come on up and talk.
I know he's got a humorous side.
Yeah, Bonnie heard it straight from Vicky's mouth about me the day. He don't get offended. He don't give a shit. I don't care. I might dwell about something till I find out what it's over, and then I try to correct it to make sure it's the truth instead of letting people believe a bunch of lies. But I've always said it. People should be that way. what people's opinions of us, of each other, is not our business. They're going to have them regardless. So just make sure you correct all the stuff they're saying and give them something to talk about.
Yeah, it's it's gonna be a weird Christmas this year. We'll see what happens.
They're trying to stir the shit already, I think.
Yep.
Oh, mine's just broke. It's just
I was watching something earlier about Bonnie that they were talking about. I think it was Oregon. They're sectioning areas off in radius circles, and people are allowed out of these circles like 100 times a year.
What?
Circle, there should be enough businesses and food and whatever you need to do that you can access it by walking or bicycle.
Wow.
Coming to a town near you.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to see that happen.
Nope.
I mean, I would prefer to see our communities be self-sufficient, yes, but when somebody's telling you you can't go beyond an area, that sounds a lot like, I don't know, living in countries. Kino.
Kino.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Kino
Yeah,
around
Jerry Lee.
either. So.
I don't think it'll go nationwide either. Won't go around here.
Yeah, every time I hear nationwide, I think it's ZZ Top.
Right.
Somewhere I saw a map. What was I watching? And it was a map of the United States. And it was like New Mexico over and up to like maybe North Carolina. Is that on the East Coast? Like
North
that's
Carolina, yeah, North and South Carolina, East Coast.
Yeah. And it had it was all red, and then it had the rebel flag like through it. And I can't remember why I saw that, but I imagine because those are the states that they might have an issue with on anything they try to pull.
Well, they've already stole out west. Arizona, Nevada, all been stolen.
Did they what do you call it, certify Arizona?
I don't know if they've certified, but they've got enough votes to do that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit coming out too. That there's a bunch of votes that were sitting in a corner that nobody wanted to touch.
I saw Lake was doing a lawsuit, I think.
People don't realize how corrupt this country is. This country's corrupt.
I think we've seen it.
I mean, I love my country, our country, but it's corrupt.
It is. Excuse me a minute.
I think I'm going to deep fry a turkey this year. At least one of them.
Yeah, I thought that was messed up. Them Arizona votes, so they are all saying they're like, what, 98, 99% saying these votes are counted, but they're never even been opened. They counted them as something else, but didn't include them in the count.
Yeah. And go back in the last day or two and watch Monkey and watch what type of aerial vehicle was over that area during the erection. And there's your proof.
Didn't they have it? There was either, I heard something about Huey, one thing, and then I heard something about drones, another thing. So, was it one or both, or
both? And they have the technology to change data.
Yeah, because either one could be a Wi-Fi carrier or whatever. So. And if you can access them from the parking lot with your cell phone, then
they can get it all.
I've heard a lot of them, like, they're saying it's going on, but I've been hearing that shit for too long. I don't believe it. I don't swallow it until I see it. Like, okay, I'll believe it when I see it happen.
Well, when someone's substantially ahead and then 3 days later, the supposed missing ballots come in at 3 a.m. and everything changes, just like in 2020, that's when I call bullshit.
That's why when if the shit's over, Texas and Florida counted 9 billion votes each and had them ready that night, their scores. There's no excuse for nobody else.
Nope.
But it's all this dumb shit, mail-ins, all this. No, it should be, if the mail-ins ain't there when the polls close, then that's just firewood.
Right. Firewood and kindling.
Yep.
Everything should be paper ballots. No early voting. You vote on the day. You can't make it? Too bad.
Yep.
That's how you get rid of corruption.
You quit allowing this, or if that, or if this, or a lot of them are calling people on and out on stuff. There's one I was watching in Houston. I don't know if you guys saw that this black guy called him out. He called him the N-word with an R and an A. And he said, I'm not doing anything. He said, as long as I don't cuss him or threaten him, y'all can't do shit to me because it's in my First Amendment right.
Right.
He goes, if you want to say I'm lying, I got the proof on all of what he's pulling. And I said, if you want to go to him, this one, you think I can go to him to fix it? He's the one that's fixing it so he can be where he's at.
Right.
I got the proof to all that. You want to come after me? I got a lot of people to come after you. And I was like, wow, this dude just throwing it out there. He said, if you don't believe me, he goes, the last time somebody tangled with me, he goes, I got $350,000 worth of reasoning that I got help behind me now.
There you go.
He's using the money, I guess, that he got for fighting them one way to help fight another way.
Benjamin, I have voted with a black pen for years. Fill in the oval, scan it, and go home. That's the way it should be.
You know, where I voted, it was small things. There were small computer screen that you got to choose. You could go, I could swing back and forth to the middle wherever I wanted, through the whole thing.
Right.
Printed out a sheet for you that looks like your ballot. It printed it out. So all your stuff was legible. I don't know if yours was the same way there or not, Bonnie, but the printout sheet had everybody you voted for. The dots and all that were filled in perfectly. There wasn't nothing out of line or whatever. And then when you get that, you go in and feed that into the machine and it reads it out and it shows you what your ballots were placed. And it was locked in a box.
Good. Yep. Too many shenanigans been going on for too many years. Too much bullshit.
What's up, Frog? I might not like what the other side does, but the people that want to go vote for them, they got the right to vote for whoever they want. And that's one thing that we got that they won't do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not on their team, so you don't matter. All them higher ups have got all these people so brainwashed that their opinion matters, but nobody else does. It's like, no, everybody's got to matter. Because if you get rid of us now, or whoever now, sooner or later, you're going to be on the other side of somebody and you'll be marked off too.
Yep. They're all corrupt.
Yep.
And how the hell did the turtle, the dirty, stinking turtle, get voted into Senate Minority Leader again? I just, wow. Ditch Mitch. He's freaking white.
Gutless piece of shit.
The CCP. I mean, come on. The thing that sucks is it's so blatant what they do, and they get away with it.
They know they can, and they don't give a shit.
Well,
and they got all these other people handling it for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the populace.
You drop that in chat, or you want me to?
What's that?
She's got that. She just put out that guy I was talking about. The guy in Harris County in Houston that did that.
Well,
I ain't gonna play it on here because stuff he says will get me in shit up here.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No. There was another one I saw. I can't remember where it was. And each person, I think it was Arizona. Each person was going up there, and there was this man. I think he had red hair, long red beard. He's kind of a big guy, and man, he let them have it. It was like, oof.
That's an actual link y'all can click or not. I don't think it is.
Yep, that's pretty big.
Yeah, I've never seen a link like that. Wow.
And did you see where Abbott put is filing it as an invasion? So that
he called up the guard. He called up more guard and all that. That's good.
Yeah, it gives us more freedoms to do what we need to do here. And there's something else we just did.
We're supposed to have them because we're country border, barrier border states, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
I don't know if that'll work there, if I need to put it in StreamYard to make it work. Let's see. Is that going to do the same shit it did a minute ago? It did the same.
Sorry. Well, he's doing investigations in Harris County, and then the invasion.
Yep.
And then there was something else, but he even called in the Texas Rangers for Harris County. I was like, wow, I haven't heard them called in a while. I thought that, well, I know when I called to try and talk to the Texas Rangers, they said that it was DPS was now the Texas Rangers. Yeah, and Carl said it, 5.3 earthquake. West northern Texas. I don't know if that means like around the Panhandle or way out there in the tip desert. Blackwatch, you take care.
Yeah, good night, Blackwatch. Rest up, because next time I see you.
See you, Blackwatch.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
Seems like I saw Pennsylvania was doing something too.
Oh, wait a minute. I got a picture
Well,
for
you
y'all.
know,
Speaking of
you
Pennsylvania,
guys
I got
talk about the border and all the time. My pappy says, he says from California all the way through Texas should be one large army camp, 1 mile deep, the whole length of the border, all of it.
Yeah.
He said you never have another problem again.
Yeah. Neither did I, Carl. My house didn't shake. What's wrong, baby? Wanting some lemon? Come here. Who's the neat girl?
I came over to get something. Forgot what I come to get. There it is.
Don't you love that? Can y'all hear her? You have to be able to hear her. I'm going to shut the door. Sounds like an elephant in the room.
Let's see. I found it now. Hey, chap. Here's your picture for Pennsylvania. See if you can figure out.
Good chat. Saw him on rescues today. I think that's the first time I've seen him.
Y'all know who that is, huh?
Yeah, that's Fetterman in that cartoon.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. That's our next president. Wow.
That dude is fucked up like a homeboy's bike.
Is he the one that had the stroke?
Yeah.
Yep. He can't even he shouldn't even be medically be able to pass to be in an office, but there's a whole bunch of them courses all through different offices. So
Because do you know how many of them that are in those offices have strokes anyway because of the stress that they are under? And so, no, that one doesn't make any sense to me. Carl, that's funny. Fuck him. Ago. I was fixing
Hit it
to
again.
get me some of my steak. Cooked a big old T-bone, and I've been eating on it for a couple of days.
yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm hungry like all day long. That's all I've been doing is just eating.
If you're eating
That's
out
not like
a couple of days, it's either so damn big or just you ain't eating much.
it's filling. Chuck, steak is like thick and
You gotta see
filling.
Vicky, when I get them pound and a half ribeyes, though, Vicky she kicks the shit out of it. She might not get all of it, but I try to buy them big old ribeyes. She likes those, and I like T-bones are all right, but I like porterhouse because I'm all about that one side, the fillet side.
Well, I don't know. A T-bone lasts me at least 3 meals, but because I've just been like taking chunks off of it all day long. I don't know what you call a meal. It's just
What do you got to spare turkey?
Yeah, I didn't even, when I talked about cooking that turkey and smoking it this year out there on it, Vicky's like, we're going to have 3. I'm like, no, I planned on doing it. I wanted to do it this weekend, and I still might. She goes, if you do it then, and then turkey would be like, meh, next week. I'm like,
Yeah, but it's good.
yeah.
I was gonna say turkey's not meh.
It's gonna be all well except fried, which I watched another guy fry one the other day, and I was like, yeah, that come out awesome.
Oh, fried turkey, if you do it right, deep fried. Oh, and peanut oil, forget about it.
That's the way he did the one. I got one that's oilless that I like better. It turns out to me, I think it's good or better, and it's not so greasy. But I also inject my turkey that I cook in it. It sits on that turkey for a day or two before I even cook it.
You got that Cajun injector?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'll
good.
mix it, or I'll make my own, mix it up with real butter. And
right.
it ends up when I leave it stay on there. Then when I cook it, when you cut the bird open, it has a little. You're slicing it.
I just regular turkey. Just I don't really care for it deep fried.
Have you tried it, Bonnie? Deep fried?
Yes. I can't have peanut oil, but I tried it with the vegetable oil.
Oh.
Mine's a radiant one. It's, I don't know, 1.5 feet big around and probably 2 foot, 3 foot high. And the inside of it looks like a mirror, and it's got a big, giant looking tornado curled up coil in the bottom that when it lights up, it shines all around the whole mirrored walls. It's like a silo mirror. And when I cook it in there, it's just every turkey I've made in it so far, when you cut it, just you'd think it was raw. It was so juicy, but it's not raw. And the
Is the cook time A lot quicker?
I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm wanting to say 2.5, 3 hours.
Hmm.
I usually do about a 15, 16 pounder in it. It's
Hey,
not,
Vicky.
it's like an oil fryer, but
Right.
Love you, Vicky.
hey, baby.
Hi, Vicky. Does she work in Kentucky?
Yeah, she's at work.
Oh. Stay safe, Vicky.
First break.
Yeah, I live alone, so I'll get myself just a boneless breast of turkey.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have, if you, I ain't never tried to deep fry it. I've watched people do it. They'll either buy the whole turkey and cut the breast out and then sew the skin around it after they inject it.
Right. I just buy that for like sandwiches for myself throughout the week. It
You know,
don't
my
last long.
part of the turkey is, and it's probably the smallest portion on it. The two little medallions in the middle of the back, on the bottom.
Yep. That's where all the fat collects. That's where it tastes the best.
Yep. It's like the best, juiciest part of the thigh, but it just melts in your mouth, and it's like maybe 2 bites each side.
Like a rotisserie chicken.
Oh, chicken forms up the same way. Love it.
I love this rotisserie chicken.
Now I'm starting to get hungry.
Yeah.
I told you. That's
It happens. Every time I stay on the screw tube too long, I get freaking hungry. I'm like, shit. Now
I told Monty what I made for dinner tonight. I didn't say nothing to nobody else, but I made crawfish and shrimp fried rice.
Ooh.
It was awesome. I mean, I even trying to learn to eat like I'm going to start with cook and get my son to cook for himself or cook for him or what have you. Here, I used super low sodium soy sauce. So I added a little bit of hoisin in it to give it a little extra flavor. Plus it adds to the wok flavor when you cook, and it just turned out awesome. And I found another way. Instead of trying to get your rice to sit overnight and make sure it's dry and grainy instead of it being soggy and mushy, I use 5 real minute rice and just leave that minute rice sit on the stove 3 hours after you make it, and it becomes perfect for making fried rice with.
No.
Good.
Yeah, the most shopping carts make really awesome hiding spots for catfish and kind of like Christmas trees for hiding white perch. I know a lot of guys that go out after Christmas and they'll ride neighborhoods picking up the Christmas trees, and they'll take them out, take a party barge out and either tie a cinder block to them. Some of them put them in a potted planter plant thing, and they'll fill it full of concrete and let it harden. And when they drop them down, they'll tie like a web around a basketball or just a little Nerf ball or anything that'll keep afloat, where it ties the top so the weight sits on the bottom and the tree stands straight up, and it makes good crappie beds.
Huh. That's cool. Yeah, they're talking about the aminos again instead of soy sauce. That I use the coconut aminos. I guess Bragg makes a
Yeah, I
He
need
said
to
it tasted better.
Yeah, I love chicken salad, Jerry. I'm weird though when I make it. I don't like celery, but I like it in my chicken salad. And I say mince it real little with that, onions and grapes in it. I don't know why I like grapes in my chicken salad, but
Huh. I've seen some people do that.
it adds something to it. At first, I thought it was weird. And then I've seen where other people, when I've talked about it before, they're like, "Well, I've had it with cranberries in it before," and I'm like, "I've never had that." It'd be kind of like turkey and cranberry sandwich, but made into a salad.
Yeah.
Grabbing some water. I'll be right back.
True. Uh-huh. Oh, I could think of 100 uses for those
I just thought
shopping
about
carts.
it. That probably sounded weird to y'all. I'm getting water, huh?
No.
Proud of you.
Used to be all about tea, but yeah, Andy, I got to look into finding that.
Yeah, I need to look at the ingredients and see if it has iodine. That's why I get the coconut aminos, because they don't. But
I've seen that before. It's made from soybeans and oil.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Cindy.
and Cindy. Oh, that's a good song.
Non-GMO, no chemicals, no coloring or preservative. Downsides of cost, it says.
Well, for some reason, I got the hankering for some turkey.
Huh?
I said, for some reason, I got the hankering for some turkey.
Yep. Wouldn't you like to have you enough of those little medallions off the back to make you a sandwich?
Oh, man.
That'd make a hell of a sandwich, wouldn't it, if you had enough of them?
Yep. With all that butter, mayonnaise, and some cheese. Oh, God.
Just a touch of Miracle Whip or mayo with it.
Baked roll. Ugh.
Maybe put you a couple of strips of half-cooked bacon on it where it's not crisp yet.
Yeah, I was just going to say bacon, Chuck. I swear to God. When you buy the microwave bacon, it's already cooked. Just lay it on there and heat it up. Oh.
All for His Kingdom. That does sound fun. Y'all need to do the Thriller dance. Wait a minute. Onions, hot peppers, relish, chocolate onions, bacon bits, and what? What were y'all just talking about?
Or yeah, I've seen that at Auntie Al. It says on there about them being strong. I thought it said oil, but it's pure water and steam.
Yes, she is. I guess Carl might that is summer sausage.
Hey, what kind of temperature you guys got going there?
It was 42 when I went to the store earlier. Let's see what it says now. My damn temperature thing's hiding.
Cold.
Let's see. $36.
36.
Yeah, I still got my tomato plants from making it out on the porch. I built me like a teepee around them out of clear plastic and got poles sticking up in different spots trying to keep them from touching the plants. And I got a damn 60-watt old style bulb in there putting out some heat. I'm thinking about probably tomorrow it's going to get down to 32. So I'll probably go ahead and
pop them,
put in more and see what I can pull off, because these are them weird let me see what the name of that tomato are if you've ever heard of them. Brad's Atomic Grape Tomatoes. Let's see.
They sell them at Publix over here.
Them Atomic Grapes.
Yeah.
They're the oddest color. No two of them ever look the same.
And we got grape tomatoes, cherry tomatoes.
And I got one out there that looks like a small Roma. It's on it, so I'm guessing some of them get pretty big, huh?
Probably.
I'll agree with that, Jerry Lee.
And I looked out there. I didn't think I had very many on it. When I decided to move them around and wrap them and all that, there's probably 50 to 100 of them on there. Some of them the size of your first digit of your pinky, to one of them on there is probably 1.5 inches long and maybe 1 inch wide.
Oh.
So I figured, yeah, they made it this far. It's worth me trying to let them live.
Sure.
Yeah. This is 50 here right now.
50?
It's 55 where I'm at.
I don't know why it's weird here. It says clear at 12 a.m. It was 36. At 3 is 34. 33 at 6 in the morning. Then at 9:41 and tomorrow, I guess it's going to be a high of 50-ish.
Yeah, it's getting down to 38. Tomorrow, our high is going to be 41. Guess you're blowing that cold air over here.
Something on it. I haven't paid attention which way it's moving.
Yeah. Oh, and rain, 80%.
Yeah, I did some looking and digging on some stuff about where the safest place to be is if Putin does stupid shit. Safest place in the United States is either like Maine, or West Texas over there by the rocks.
By the rock.
Yeah, the Southwest Texas area, kind of away from the border, and
Close to New Mexico.
yeah, I thinking of what mountain was it? A mountainous area or a hilly area or whatever, somewhere over in there. 'Cause it's nothing of interest for a long way around it, and the coast air comes from across Mexico up through there, so the weather moved that way, so it'll push everything away.
Well, it's cheap to live over there because it's just nothing.
It's rocks.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get rolling. I gotta go get something to eat. And
Go
Can't
find
help
you
it.
a turkey sandwich.
I am not a small person. I gotta go get something to eat. So.
All right, guys.
I'm not a large one either. I like to eat. But anyway, hey Chuck, many prayers to your son. Best thing is they've,
Yeah, appreciate
figured
it.
out what's going on and they're they corrected it. So, it'll be good.
I'm
All
hoping
work
to
out.
get the jump started. Appreciate you coming up, bud.
Absolutely. And Bonnie, of course, I love you too. So,
Love
and
you.
chat. You all have a good evening. I'll probably eat and maybe I'll lurk back. You never know. I'm dealing with this old dog. I could go to sleep and an hour later I'm waking up again because she's howling or doing some other kind of crap. Anyway, you all take care. God bless.
You
Bud,
too.
thank
Have a good
All
night,
right,
Eric.
brother.
Much love.
God bless you. So Chuck, maybe we need to become snowbirds. So we go to West Texas during the winter and Maine in the summer.
Because neither one, I guess, is anything important there. That ought to make all the crooks feel good, huh? Go up there and eat lobster.
Sell everything and get a motorhome or travel trailer or something. I'd rather have a motorhome.
Everybody get together and buy a bunch, and we'll help fix each other's up. Get a bunch of those old Airstream, them aluminum shiny. Remember them?
Yeah, I love those. We had a business out here that actually was doing, what do they call it when they redo them?
Restorations.
Yes, of Airstreams, but they all got into drugs and blew up the place, and it was a big old mess. I guess they were making some good money, and
Decided
there you
to get happy with.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked them. They're not very tall, but in the center, for me, it's like I'd have to duck, but I don't need to be running back and forth when I'm in it anyway. So
What's it called? Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
yeah,
He was showing his. I think it's a new one. It's nice. It even has the little windows at the top, so it's like really light in there, and everything's all shiny. It really looks nice. Did you know they will go anywhere to teach?
they will.
That's what he said.
Yeah, I was watching him do something here a while back, and he was talking about his water filters and stuff he had under the house. Watched him. It's been a month or so that I watched him. I don't know if it's a newer or an older one, but he was talking about how his water system's built. It's all on he don't have actual pumps. He's got his water set up where it's high enough, and it runs from where he's got his storage to his houses, and it's all gravity fed. I thought it was pretty cool.
Night, Jerry. Okay, Aunt Jack, what's Bonnie's bounder?
Take it easy, Jerry.
I've wanted to do that ever since I saw that movie, Polly. Did you ever see that?
What is it?
Little old lady with a parrot. Well, Polly kept going to different people as a parrot.
Huh. Rocky Gap. That sounds familiar. Yeah, I don't know how well that Oregon stuff's going to take place with people or other people. They're like, no, we're not going to do that. Basically, taking a compass and drawing circles all around the state, the people that are in that area where they got to stay. Might have been where buddy of mine lived in Maryland. That might have been
It's a casino.
That might have been him talking about it, because he said he had places he'd go party in West Virginia, and he said where he lived in Maryland, he could be in West Virginia. It's one of his buddy's house in 15 minutes. I'm guessing he's up real close to the border. He said kind of like middle-ish. He said almost Appalachian.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that was in Texas because I've never been to that area. The eastern ranges of the Rocky Mountain system cross Texas in a general northwest-southeast direction in the Trans-Pecos region. The highest, the Guadalupe Mountains, projects into Culberson County from New Mexico and rises to a maximum elevation of 87.49 feet at Guadalupe Peak.
You reading about where I was talking about the mountains over there?
Yes.
That's where one of them places, it used to be an old ghost town, mining town, something around there that I wanted to go look at, and think he's like, and it's like population, if you buy here, it'd be whoever you bring.
The only place.
But it's like 75 to 100 miles to the closest gas station.
Yes, and that's what my ex-husband wanted to transfer to Big Bend. And when I saw that the school was 100 miles away, I was like, no, not happening.
Be a good thing now, I guess.
Yeah. And not school them, but those poor kids would have been on a school bus all day long.
The thing about it too, I read about it, the old buildings there, they weren't rotten because I guess they don't get enough rain or whatever, and it's always dry. So
Yeah. But that's where they're having a really big problem with the border right now.
it is.
Yep. Because it's such a vast area. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's trails through it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be kind of like what happens there stays there too.
Yeah. And I think Carl, the place he was talking about is like just right above Big Bend. Sounds like it's in that area. Yeah, it sounds perfect, Carl, but I don't know. I kind of like people.
That way, something like that, you pick the people you like and get them out there with you.
Yeah, like that place in California he keeps talking about. That sounds like a pretty cool place. And that's where you check people's skills.
Yeah.
You're a doctor, you want to get out in the middle of nowhere? Come on. you're, you're a vet. Come on. Blacksmith.
I want to get into blacksmithing and knife forging and knife making and all that kind of stuff. I've considered it. That'd just be more to add on top of all my other mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
If it's got screws, nuts, bolts, or whatever on it, I've taken it apart, except like helicopters, airplanes, but some smaller boats, not nothing big.
But isn't Maine where Diamond Lil lives?
I think so. At Boston, Massachusetts, I think.
And she keeps worrying about the tsunami thing from the volcano over there.
I always liked Alaska, the idea of it, but everybody's like, yeah, that's bad winter. And I'm like, well, it's also people who live there. They go off to be alone for a reason. So
Yeah. Remember back when they were like paying women to move there?
yeah,
My cousin loves it. She's been there for 20 years or something like that.
everybody there. I don't know if it's certain areas or not, but I knew some people who used to live up there, and they had like it was them two and 5 or 6 kids. In Alaska, every year, all the people to live in the areas, they get like $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
So they were getting like 70 or 80,000 a year. Plus, they both worked, had decent jobs. It might have been weird places. Like one of them worked in a grocery store as a middle management and made 80, 100,000 a year. And then the husband, I think he was like an engineer or something. But the stuff he did, he had to take a little snow plane thing and they'd fly him all over the state in different areas, and he fixed stuff or designed stuff or showed him how to build stuff or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he made some kind of stupid money. So
Wow. Yeah, she would, because they can't get to the schools, and so they paid the parents to school the kids. They bought the computers, anything that they needed for the schooling. But she keeps on, she said, there is no way I would ever move back to the lower 48. That's all she keeps saying. But ship her Big Red, because apparently they can't get Big Red up there.
he was telling me a lot of stuff's expensive. Like he said, people think that beef is, he said, milk's kind of high. Some of your cigarettes kind of high, but he said they got places around here that make, so I forget what kind it was, but he said you can get them fairly decent. He goes, a lot of the stuff you guys have down there, but he said there's people here that raise chickens and stuff too, so that's not really a big deal. He goes,
Yeah.
but he goes, I can go to the docks, and he goes, I can fill my pickup full of coolers, and he goes, we fill up coolers full of seafood for nothing. He goes, I can bring $50 with me in 20 coolers and fill all the coolers up for $50. But this was also in the late 80s, early 90s, or no, late 90s, early 2000s. And his dad was some president of a company that builds stuff, and they were doing something in a mountainside going down and up, and probably them damn dumbs or something to that order. And they were going to give me a job in maintenance for their equipment. And I got offered a house at a year, but it was 50 miles outside of Anchorage. And he said, once you get past September, he goes, the highway might be 20 feet under snow. So
Yeah.
you need 4-wheel drive snowmobiles and snow trucks and snow machines.
Yep.
But the house I was going to get, it was awesome. It was a 2-story cabin on, I want to say it was either 50 or 150 acres. I can't remember which it was. But the back porch off the master bedroom upstairs was looked like a deer stand the way it had it closed in with blinds, but it was windows. And they just had shooting lanes out there that they hunt with or target practice off of. Had solar, wind, and generators on it. And as the generators, they had a gas well out there, and that's what ran the generators.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to live there because nobody wanted to be that away from everything.
Well, she's up somewhere around North Pole. I know there's a military base there, close, somewhere in that area too, but they have to have some kind of machine to hook up to their vehicle overnight so it doesn't freeze everything up in the vehicle. And she says you can take a glass of water and chunk it in the air like you're gonna pour it out, but chunk it in the air and it just freezes.
Yeah, I was in Cleveland one winter. I worked in the warehouse right there on. And you used to take in the warehouse in the back part. It was one part of it was like 30 below zero, and then you go to the back area where they kept the bottom dock open. They had it cracked on about 6 inches. Back there was like 50, 60 below from the lakefront wind. You could take a cup of coffee and go back there and throw it kind of in a fan shape, and it either come out like ice crystals and snow or both.
Mm-hmm.
And you were inside.
I cannot imagine.
I like working for the old lady that owned it. She drank all the time, but she drank Irish coffee.
Mm-hmm.
My first day up there, she wanted to know if I wanted a coffee. I said, sure. Small or large? I said, make it a big one. I didn't know what it was. Like, wow, what the hell's in this? She's like, Irish whiskey. She drank that all day long.
Yes.
That was in the 80s. My dad worked for her in the 60s.
Wow.
Said she drank like that then.
Piss off, if you like Christmas, you would love it there because it's all year long.
Or North Pole.
Yeah.
Isn't that way up by the Yukon or whatever up there?
I'm not sure. I know Anchorage is a pretty good distance away.
Yeah, Anchorage is down on the bottom, kind of the south by southwestern part of Alaska.
That's where she has to go for her surgeries. She said more surgeries than any human being I've ever heard of in my life.
Problems or cosmetics, though?
Problems.
She might live on a uranium mine or something.
She's like 10 years younger than me. She said knee replacements, hip replacement. had everything you can think of. I think she said she was up to, I'm thinking it's like 43 surgeries.
Damn.
Yeah. I just cannot imagine. I've had 3. You count tonsils as a surgery?
I guess sort of. They wanted to do me on that. And it's like, no, they wanted to cut the hell out of my foot when I got it crushed. I wouldn't let them because everything was touching and lined up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I got this damn air sock thing on. They put this thing on that looked like bubble wrap, but it was huge bubbles that they put it on her, get it lined up, then they pressurized it to keep everything together and watched it X-rated as they did it. I'm like, you got that on her, it's safe, everything's lined up. I said, wouldn't stuff stay that way if I kept it immobile and didn't move it? He goes, yeah, and it should. He goes, but you can't be walking or putting pressure on it. Or I said, I can handle that. He goes, well, I can give you enough stuff to make you want to rest all the time. So he kept me stoned for a month. I come back in and they x-rayed it again and everything was bonded together. And he took that thing off and fitted this rubber Velcro sock thing around it and then fitted me in that weird looking metal boot thing.
Yeah. My son had to do that, and he's a welder. And so he got I can't remember if it was a scooter that somebody loaned him or something where he had to put his knee on it to roll when he walked. Like he could walk on his other leg, but he had to keep his foot up on with his knee on that, whatever it was, rolling. And that was quite a while, and he refused to have surgery on it.
Yeah, it took me 11 months to heal where I could walk on it. I crutches, and they even talked about this thing that's almost like a wooden leg that you put, like you can put it on there and it attaches to your leg, and instead of standing on your foot, you stand on it like you don't have a leg.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get that either. I ended up using the crutches, and when the crutches hurt my underarms, I'd hop around on one foot. I got pretty good where I'd hop on it. It wasn't slamming, but that about a year of doing that now I'm older, I got arthritis like hell in that other ankle. Probably didn't hurt either. All the pills they had me on it, that stuff there, my doctor told me it destroys your joints.
Yeah.
But I didn't have him cut on me. When he showed me how he was going to cut, I'm like, oh, hell no. It's basically between when you're looking at your foot, your middle toe, he drew a line from there almost to my ankle. Then he did one on the bottom the same way. I didn't see it. He told me, I could feel him making a mark. And then it was across my toes, all the skin that was from my toes, in that part of where he could peel it back, and he was going to plate it, pin it, glue it. He's going to use this
Oh my goodness.
bone concrete stuff. Like, I said, oh, if it's touching, what could it hurt? And he goes, well, I wouldn't really have to do anything different if it didn't all bond together, other than maybe break some of it up. If I do, I'd have to do surgery. And I'm like, okay, well, let's leave that on there and see how it goes. He goes, there's going to be a lot of laying around with your foot up. I'm like, I can do it. I said, what's your guarantee that when you're done with this, my foot will be right? He goes, I don't even guarantee. And he goes, when we get done, that your foot and ankle won't, and your toes won't all be fused. I'm like, let's just go with this and let nature do it.
Yeah. At least you didn't get an infection in it. That's the main thing.
No.
With feed is.
It mashed it flat, and what it was bore machine they bore into the road that I was using. I was teaching my helper how to run the machine, so I was watching the rods. And I did the first mistake that I keep telling everybody ever do. If you ever see the rods come up out of the hole, don't put your foot on there to try to push them back. Because when I did that, it spun around, almost hit me in the face. The rods come out of the ground and grabbed and hit the top of my foot, and drug it down in the trench, and then wrapped my foot around it.
Damn.
Only pain I ever felt was initially when it drug it in the hole. It felt like somebody hit my foot with a sledgehammer. And after that, I never felt nothing for 7 months.
Yeah. Goodness, Carl. You have to tell me how you did that someday. I have some teeth need to be cut out. Offer's Kingdom, I don't think so. I mean, I didn't count the 6 kids. Eh. I don't think that's a surgery. Unless you had a cesarean, then that's a surgery. I've just had my tonsils out. Oh God, I used to get so sick. Till they finally did that. My appendix, tried to rupture. And tubes, and that was it.
I'd probably say that foot thing was a bitch, but the pain, but I've never felt any pain like I felt like when I got damn weld burn in my eyes, because I was working in a garage at a concrete plant that I worked at, and a guy was welding way on the other side, and I didn't take into the consideration that all that concrete does is kind of like being in the snow, and the way light travels across white. And I'd been out there working on something for about 3 hours while he was doing it. Never paid attention until all of a sudden my eyes started hurting so bad that I couldn't open them. I couldn't close them.
Oh my gosh.
I almost had 3rd-degree burns on my eyes from weld burn.
Yep.
That sucked. And then one old man said, hold these, he sliced some potatoes and put it on there, and the starch will ease the swelling and the pain. And ooh, that was like somebody dumped gas in my eyes. I'm like, somebody take me to the emergency room now. I got up there, and even the damn dye they put in where they could take pictures to see how bad it is, that shit burned. And then they finally, we're going to give you something for pain, and we're going to have to dilate your eyes. So we need to have you arrive, and you need to be somewhere where you have no light for a week. So I got home, and a buddy of mine that brought me home, and Vicky helped tinfoil and cardboard windows in the room that I was going to be in. And I had these damn blackout glasses. I ended up taking 2 or 3 pairs of sunglasses and duct tape and made this pair of goggles that I could put on that I could barely make out the slight hint of the TV after the 3rd day, because the 3rd day of trying to sleep, it just didn't work.
Yep. I can imagine. I know my son's had to go into the emergency room with metal from welding or something that it did to his eyes. So, you don't hear tonsillitis anymore, do you? Is tonsillitis and strep the same thing?
Sorta, I think.
Because that's, my son used to get strep all the time.
I was always bad with tonsillitis, and it might have been what they called it, but I remember seeing my tonsils as a kid. I should have probably let them do it, but I got it so bad one time, and after that time I never got it. I either outgrew it or my body got into having it so much. But every time I turn around, it's like the wind is blowing. I'd have tonsillitis.
Yeah. Well, mine would swell to where it was like trying to close up my throat.
Yep. And then it'd get all, it's like there's more weight than there is tonsil.
Yep.
I think, I don't remember if it's tonsillitis or poison ivy. I was a small kid. I might have been 7, 8, 9. My dad laughed and because it took me in and they wanted to give me antibiotic shots. They said it's so bad that they ain't going to give me pills. They said they're too big for me to try to swallow like that anyway. So,
oh, wow.
Coming there with that big ass damn needle for that antibiotic shot, and I was like, oh no. And then basically this little fat black nurse was chasing me around the table, and finally Dad looked like a samurai in his normal sense samurai. He grabbed his belt buckle, unsnapped his belt, and he pulled that out, and that belt coming through them belt loops, I put my brakes on and just put my elbows on the table.
Well, I didn't know strep was deadly. Goodness.
Yeah.
I know my son, he would be throwing up, fever, everything. It was bad. And finally they took out his tonsils and he's hadn't had it again. And that's why I was wondering if it was the same thing, because he was the only one that kept getting it all the time. And they say it's so contagious. Nobody else ever got it.
Yeah, Carl, man, you're making my foot hurt.
I know it. I think I could stitch somebody up, but I don't know about the cutting part.
I believe in super glue, and I've used it on people and myself. So. Need stitches? You want to go get stitches, or you want me to fix you up? I can fix you up here quick, especially now with this new Gorilla Glue.
Is that safe?
Is
that safe? Gorilla Glue?
They got a medical version they use to do it.
Oh.
All you do is make sure you hold it completely shut and dab it down, make a line across the top, and then kind of weave across it after that and hold it shut till it sticks. Then make sure you don't have it on your fingers, because otherwise you try to pull it off, it might rip them open.
One of my friends' sons was in a pretty bad wreck, and so the truck had rolled over and it landed on his hand, and they did the darndest thing I ever heard of. They cut his stomach open to put his hand in there to heal. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
Put his hand in what?
In his stomach. They cut his stomach open to put his hand in there to heal. Doesn't that sound...
I've heard them like doing it like for a craft or something, sewing it to somewhere. But
see, and I thought they used that pigskin stuff now.
They might now. I never heard of anybody putting it in their stomach, but I've heard them. They ain't no telling the thing they do.
But I know. I told her, I said, no, that's just wrong. Can't see where that would help in any way.
Yeah, Carl, I got 2 or 3/5 of 190 proof Everclear in there for mine. Makes good fuel, makes good lamp oil, makes good numbing agent, makes good antiseptic, makes good fuck it, I want to get a buzz. Makes it good. Okay, here, drink a couple sips of this so we knock the edge off. Okay, look the other way.
Whiskey. So is Everclear considered a whiskey? Well, Cindy knows about it. They do that to keep the extremity alive, tissues, etc. Huh. Well, y'all are just really with it. I'm so not. I thought my first aid kit was pretty good. Guess it's lacking. Everclear as well. Doctor. What is whiskey? Tennessee whiskey? So would that be like Jim Beam?
Yeah, like Jack
Jack
Daniels.
Daniels? Okay.
Yeah, Everclear. It's 190 proof grain alcohol you can buy at the liquor store.
Yeah. I know I can get it, but I didn't know if that was the one to keep for medicinal.
Yeah, it'll cover any angle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, moonshine would be good too. Thank you, Cindy. I just figured clear would be good instead of the colored. I don't know.
Yeah, because like Jack Daniels, most of them are 80 proof, and if you get a bond, it's kind of like turkey or whatever, like 100, 101 proof. But that's Everclear. That's just 190. That's 95% pure alcohol.
Yeah, that's why I thought it would be the best too. I don't know. We covered a lot of stuff tonight. So if you were sewing somebody up, would it be better to have like an upholstery needle that's kind of curved or straight?
Yeah, curved and straight's good to have. And curves a little easier to do stitches and stuff with. So. Have you some hemostats or some stainless steel needle nose pliers?
And somebody was showing, oh Lord, it's been a long time ago. I can't remember what channel it was, but they were showing they had gone into Harbor Freight and found stuff like that. No, that kind of shocked me.
Yeah, hell, guys, we've been on 3 hours, and I'm sitting here about to doze off. My dog here because I don't know what time we got to go to the hospital tomorrow. If we're going to go in the morning, or might ought to be sleep ready when, just in case she wants to go when she gets off.
Okay.
You can do a live now, Bonnie. I know it's late, but
Yeah. They're I think we're going out to Mama's pretty early too. Yes, I need a first aid survivor. That's what
yeah, I got that Encyclopedia of Country Living. It's got a bunch of first aid stuff in it. But my son-in-law is supposed to have my mom's. She's got a bunch of medical books. So she's got a medical encyclopedias, and then she's got 2 or 3 big ass, thick, 4-inch thick books that are medical books and stuff. Yeah, sort of. But he's still having to do that dialysis, and they did a biopsy today, and just to see what the condition of what his kidneys are.
Yeah. Kids Up Story. Hello.
Hello. Well, guys, thanks for showing up. Love y'all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming up, Bonnie. Love you.
Thank you for having me up.
I'm going to roll out. I'm going to see if I can get some sleep. I'm getting tired enough that I keep my eyes are getting heavy. Maybe I can shut them and not wake up every 5 minutes like I was doing a couple days ago.
Well, since I have the internet now, I might go on tomorrow night because I have missed everybody like crazy.
Yeah, I've sort of missed it. Then it was like, I just didn't care about doing that. Last night I started doing it, and my son-in-law showed up.
Yeah. Well, that's what this week has shown me. I can survive without the internet.
It's boring.
Do what?
I said it can be boring.
Well, luckily I had my granddaughter, so we were coloring. We've colored. We've fixed hair. We've told stories. I mean, it was just, and she kept wanting to watch my phone videos, and I was like, no, let's see how you do for a day without TV too, because she's 4. She needs to see life without it too.
Yeah,
We don't know what they're gonna do.
good babysitters, it also messes them up. So
Yes.
all right, good night, y'all.
Y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. Stay safe.
Bye.
Love y'all.